Welcome to track number 9 of The Presence.
The next one is to die. Romans chapter 6, verse 3. Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized into Jesus Christ were baptized into his death? You see, baptism is the putting you into death, which is dying. Verse 4. Therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so also we should walk in newness of life. When you come out of the water, you have a new life. So that's how come we come into Christ. You see, but even after you come into Christ, there is this final separation from the domination of Pharaoh over your life. That still requires another baptism. Do you understand? So it's a process. People think that being a Christian is just one day. It's a journey. It's a journey. It's a long process. And what I'm sharing about is a process that you can see in your private life. It's a process you can see even in up to ministry. It's a process you can see even in a church. You go through so much. Separate me, not too far. Okay, I'll go far now. Not with your family. Then you start to go with not with your head. Even paying tithes. Not paying tithes is like serving God without your heads and your flocks. We will go, but we leave our heads and flocks. We'll serve God, but not bring tithes and money and those things in. Don't bring that one in. We'll serve God, but don't bring that thing in. Do you see? And many people want to serve God that way. Yes. Yes. Your heads, your flocks, your money, don't bring that into the serving. Let's serve God, but without that. What do you think? Is it a good idea? So he says you are buried with him in baptism into death. Now, a dead man does not feel anything anymore. Does not care. Look, a dead man does not care where he sleeps. Have you seen a dead man say, no, I don't want to sleep in the cemetery. I want to sleep in the other cemetery. You have to say it before you die where you want to be buried. My wife was asking me the other day where I want to be buried. Yeah. If I don't say where I want to be buried now, I cannot say it when I'm dead. Bury me here. People have to choose. Bury him here, bury him here, bury him here. Because a dead man doesn't care 2 hoots where he is buried. Yeah. Some people want to be cremated. But when you are dead, you can't say, you open your eye, cremate me what? Make me what? You can't speak. You can't feel. You don't care. So you see how somebody said, I really want to live in Europe. Like one person was saying, he said, it's like the system in Africa where you can't get things done, internet doesn't work, this doesn't work. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I need to be in an environment where things work. That's not a dead man. You are living. Because down under the grave, nothing works. You don't know whether there's light or there's no light. You don't know whether you are in Awudome Cemetery or you are in Mile 11 Cemetery or you are in London Cemetery. Place to come on. You don't know where you are. When people die over here, sometimes they take them back home. Sometimes they just bury them here. It's decided not by the dead person. It's decided by the living. Isn't it? So, dear Christians, a dead man feels nothing. Now, a dead man likes nothing. So, I like to wear my suit. I like to wear my gray suit. I like to wear my black suit. When I'm going to the cemetery, can you put me in a Mercedes Benz? I don't think I'd like a BMW hearse. I'd like a Mercedes Benz. How come you are attached to BMW? Ziza. Let me tell you, the sooner you get out of your spirit all those things, Benz, BMW, this car, X5, X8, X20, The sooner all those things get out of your spirit, the more suitable, the more distance you put between yourself and Pharaoh. Because Pharaoh uses all those things to control. Because in order to have those things that you want, that you like, you have to do fulfill certain conditions, certain things. Where you live, which house you. People are trying to put pressure on you. You need to move from your house. It is one of the commonest things that I've heard. You need to move from your house. So you have to stay here. Why do you stay? So I know you are building a house somewhere. By all means, you cannot stay in this place. Oh yeah. But a dead man doesn't mind where he lives. Yeah. Recently, one of our lay ministers died. I think she came to a course for 6 months, and she died. They brought her back. When they brought the body, our pastors went to the airport to meet at the airport. They went to the airport. They waited and they waited. Nobody came. You know what they told them? Go to the cargo section. She has become cargo. Left as a person. Return as cargo. And they write on it, cargo of no value. Yeah. So the way you really need to stay in London. And in London you need to stay in the north or the south or the east or the west. Or you need to stay among white people or amongst red people, amongst blue people. You are not dead and you are not suitable for freedom from Pharaoh. Because this is what Pharaoh loves. You have to have your clothes from. And you see some people say, do you go shopping? How? I don't buy my things from there. How? I go to the market. Oh no. It's like you are special. You are into certain things. I can see the quality of the materials and the quality of the shoes and the earrings. I don't wear, brass. I just wear gold. I'm that type, I'm sensitive. My skin. I'm allergic to, all alloys and all kind of mixtures. A mixture of two metals does not go with my body. When you are in the grave and they are putting fake rings on you, you are not dead. You see, this is the reason why, so help me God, many pastors cannot actually serve God to a certain point. So many things matter to them which don't matter to dead people. He said that you are buried, you are baptized into death. Pastor Robert was living in Geneva. They don't even say Geneva. Geneva. He was moving, at those levels. Yeah. And I sent him to Trinidad. Then after he's been there for some time, I said, pack your bags and go to Brazil. So when he went to Brazil, he said, wherever, he moved with all his children and family. So when he went to Brazil, he said, I felt that I was backsliding. I said, why? He said the place is so nice that he thought there was something wrong for him to be at a nice place. Because you see, he has given up his life. And I'm talking about somebody who has lived in Europe for 30 years. Oh yes. He came to Europe when he was about 11, 12 years old. And has lived in Europe all his life. He's in his 40s, getting to 50. Yeah. He has lived in Europe for 30 years. I knew him only from one in school. And then he left. He has lived in Europe. But he's ready. When I say, come to Ghana, when he said, yeah. So just say what I should do. Just say what I should do. But you see people with conditions. Where will it be? How will it be? And how long for? What? When you are buried, don't ask for how long will I be. I'm preaching the gospel. I said I'm preaching the gospel. It does not lie. How long will I be in this cemetery? I'd like to move to another cemetery. 6 floors of people that they bury. Private cemetery, you pay more. In Switzerland, when you are buried, 10 years later, they bring bulldozer. They come to clear all. If you want your relative to be there, you have to come and pay. Otherwise, they are bulldozing him away. You will not be able to shout, please pay the rent, please pay the rent, please pay the rent. They are coming for me. Yeah, I can't stand living with people. I don't like, when there are too many people around. Yes, I don't like the bathroom and this and that. Sharing bathroom, sharing toilet. You can't stand it. I can't stand when somebody moves my towel. I can't stand when somebody touches my toothpaste. I can't stand when somebody I can't stand. You have too much life in you. Too much life in you. Me, I also know that the best car is Benz. It is the best car. It is. If I was also choosing with my feelings, what is the best car, I would choose a Benz. Because I also know what it is. It's not that my eyes are not working. They are working. LCI 1. When you see the car sweating there in the yard, gleaming, glittering and glistening, then you know this is LCI 1. Parked there. Brown one for Sundays. Saturdays blue. Monday to Friday red. 3 of them. I also know what is the best car. But it doesn't matter on this earth what I use. Once it's working and it's going to avoid me problems, it's going to be safe enough, it's good enough. I don't need it. I don't need any harassment. This room is fine. Where I am is okay. It's okay for me. I'm blessed. Yeah. I want my children to go to certain schools. I can't stand. You can't stand. You can't stand. You can't stand. You can't stand. Return to Egypt. There are better schools there. And those of us, so help me God, who want to move over the other side, let us enter the Red Sea and be baptized into his death. Yeah. Amen. Are you listening to me? I want my husband to be dark and tall, and I want him to have have a what? I want him to have a nice accent, and I want him to have a certain kind of job, and want someone who's calm, talks gently, talks nicely to me, caring, gentle, genteel. He works in the city. He comes home at 5 o'clock. He says, hello, my darling, when he comes home. When he's going, he gives me a kiss. We have a cup of tea together. He reads to the children, writes the notes. By the time you are getting ready to be totally free, all these things will not matter to you much. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to lie to you. You will begin to care less and less and less and less. You see, old people, they are like Christians. So when you become a bit old in this life, even when you are not born again, you are like a Christian. Have you not seen the old people? They don't care about so many things. Oh, you see, they will be in the older. They have money. It's like, look, this thing changing all these. We've changed it many times. Change this, change this, change this. They've done all those things. They look, it's okay. Yeah. Or you've not noticed. Yeah. But they know that the next major event is to die. The next major event for their life is to die. So a dead man, you don't feel, number one. You don't like a particular place, a particular car. You see, and in the ministry, you don't have to like a particular car, because that particular car may not be possible in this life. For if it's going to be convenient for us to do God's work, it will be great if it happens. Sometimes God's will coincides with your desires. There are times it coincides. Great. But what about if it doesn't coincide? Once you are dead in Christ, anything goes. Once it works. I must have certain clothes. Yeah. I must have my underwear from Marks and Spencer. Yes. It's soft on my skin. I don't like Tesco. Do you have Tesco underwear now? And there's is there Pastor, is there Marks and Spencer in Kaduna? Is there Marks and Spencer in Port Harcourt? Is there Marks and Spencer in Yaoundé? Is there Marks and Spencer in Asamankesi? In Asamankesi, they sell mainly second-hand clothes. We call it Obroni Wewu, which means that a white man who is dead has given you his clothes. Dead white man's clothes. Yeah. Now, the next thing is, a dead man does not mind when people laugh at him. Do you know that when you are dead, they will bath you? Oh, they'll lift your hand, they'll lift your leg, crack, crack, great. Then they push you, tell you here like this. Oh, people that you don't know. Yeah. A lot of people will be bathing you. In your real life, you will not like such people to come to the bathroom when you are bathing. Hey, you'll not be ashamed. But because you are so alive, when people ask you, where do you work? Say, I work in a church. A church? They say, oh, I do some legal work and I do this and that. You see, look at it. You see now, you are trying to ameliorate the ministry work. It's like it's not as bad as it's legal work and then administrative. And somebody has to do it, and the IT department. And so what do you do? What do you do these days? So those days are past. When they say, what do you say? I'm a doctor. So I'm a priest. So what do you do? Nothing. I say, oh, nothing. We don't do anything. We just sleep. We sleep. But it sounds great to say, I am a neurosurgeon. I'm a neurologist. I'm a cardiologist. I'm an internist. I'm a surgeon. I'm a dentist. But now, you don't care. What do you say? What am I? I say, I'm a nothing. I'm nothing. I'm nothing. I am a nothing doing nothing. Just whatever you think, be in your thoughts. I cannot come into your mind to try to change your mind. Be there with what you think. That's it. I'm so proud about your profession. When you lie down in your grave, you will not be arranged in professions. One day, I went into the mortuary. Our mortuary, it was like, we have different places, but the medical school one, I don't know what it's like now, but it was just a room. The size of the room would be just about this. From here to here. It was just a room like that with a concrete roof, and it's a fridge. All the dead are on the floor like that. Here. And then we have a box here on the side here, like a chest. When you open, it's full of water. When you put your hand in and you pick, when you pick one out, you've got a heart. You put your hand inside again, you get liver, spleen, parts. We have parts, body parts, spare parts. Pastor Joe, do you remember that box? You just pick. Hey, it's about this size, isn't it? Cold room. And I remember one of the top surgeons or gynecologists died. When they wrote his degrees, you see, you write his name, the so. Then they wrote his degree, the MBC, the MR, FCOG, MCFO, RSOG, the DDT, the lines of degrees. When I went in there, see, we were dissecting. The guy we were dissecting was called Cornelius. There was a mad, I don't know whether it's a mad person or somebody. Just all of them were there, including Prof. Everybody was naked, totally naked, like banana, totally. No pants, no cloth, nothing. Sometimes they put some small cloth on, but most of the time, everybody is the same. So when you are dead, you don't want to be different. So you are a nothing. You are a nothing. Just be quiet. So my degree, it has no bearing. Yeah. And I've come to see most of the people who work in the church, in the ministry, after a while, you don't see their degrees and their things on them. Pastor Richard, have you noticed? When they were working in the bank, they were like really big people doing this. When they worked in the bank, big type of women and so on. This coming. And many times when I preach, if you don't know me, you would think that even I cannot speak English, and I can speak English better than many people. But it's not something that I have to explain. I know what I'm doing. But when you are dead, you don't care. So take it. How's that? Flow with it. Forgive. Mercy. What do you think? I don't feel. I don't like. I don't want. I can't stand. You are not irritated by anything. You are not ashamed by anything. You are not offended. That's another one. You are not offended. So I'm really hurt that they didn't come and pay for my grave to be extended. I'm really hurt that they didn't pay this. I'm really hurt that if you are in the mission field or you are working for God, you need to get away from all those hurt things. What do you think? You need to move away from being hurt. Okay? You need to move away from being hurt. I really thought they would do this for me. I really thought this. I really thought that. We were there. They encouraged us. And then I went to Port Harcourt. And I went to this. And when I went, nobody came to visit me for 7 years. Now, if you are dead, you wouldn't notice whether they've not visited for 7 years or 20 years. Forgive. Mercy. Are you ready to die? Yeah. And when you are fully alive, I need to be in London. I need to be in New York. I need to be in Atlanta. I need to be here. I need to be here. I don't like moving. When you don't like moving, you are not dead. So, I don't like it. Disturbs my life. I'll move from here to here, here. Just choose where I should be. So I'll be at one place. And the more dead a person is, the more useful a person is. When Marcella came to Ghana, I looked at her and I was considering, said, this girl, should I bring her to Ghana? Maybe I'll need her in Ghana. So I looked at her and I was wondering. And I'm still wondering. I could easily decide. Tell Marcella to come to Ghana. I want her to come to Ghana. Simple. And Marcella said, look, tell Bishop he should make up his mind, right? I was in London. He said I should come here. Now he says I should do this. I do that. Look, he should make up his mind because, it takes time to settle. I started learning Spanish and now this and that. Hey, I beg you. Do you think she will talk like that? She said, Bishop, whatever. You are blessed. What should I do? Should I come? Now, when? That's what she'll say. And she's not saying, she died. And she's not going to say, you better talk to Bishop, right? Because, it can't go too long, right? So help me God, I've got sons and daughters who are ready to do anything for Jesus. Yeah. When Marlon was coming to Ghana, he said, I said, what are you coming to? He said, I'm coming for you. I said, you are not coming for a year. You are coming. It's different from you are coming for a year. You are coming without a future and a plan. Just be dead. You come, so I'm coming for a year. So, okay, Bishop, right? It's November, right? I came, in October. It's November, Make up your mind. No, you can't talk like that when you are dead. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. So one day, I was talking to somebody. It looked as if I was not certain. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what anything I keep saying, do this. I keep saying, well, I don't know what I'm doing. And that's the truth. I don't know. Sometimes I pray. Sometimes I'm sure. Sometimes I'm not sure. Yeah. That's it. If you can work, be here. If you cannot, open the door quickly for them to go out. What do you think? Is it a good message? Is it a powerful message? Give the Lord a shout of praise. Is it working fully? Yeah. You yourself, can't you see that in your own life you can't make up your mind? Sometimes you are not sure. Should I do this? No. Today I've decided it. Tomorrow I'll do this. Now God himself is also changing things. Now you are irritated with God. That Lord, make up your mind. Why, oh why, superfly? We have to know we are nothing. We are not sure. We are just trying to follow the Lord. As he leads us, we'll go. And you ladies who love the Lord, make sure you get somebody with the same attitude. Because if you do not get somebody with the same attitude, you got a big problem on your hand. When I was in America, I had one of the sisters that she's in Virginia or somewhere, and she's going to marry a pastor who is in Carranza. In Carranza, it's a village down there. You thought in Carranza was in Delaware? No, in Carranza is in Ghana. It's not in Florida, it's in Ghana. It's way beyond the Ashanti region, beyond the Brongahafo region, out there towards the border, way up there in Carranza. And I called her, I said, you live in Virginia. You went to university. And your husband to be is in Carranza. Are you ready to go to Incaranza? She says, I'm ready to go to Incaranza. Are you happy? She says, I'm really happy. I believe it's a blessing. I've always wanted to serve the Lord. So you're going from America, Virginia, to Incaranza. Not even to Accra, or to Kumasi, or to Takoradi, or to Tema, or even to Sunyani, but to Incaranza. And she's excited about it. I said she's excited about it. I said she's excited about it. But you have some people, some wives, when you bring certain ideas and you say, I want to go somewhere, they'll say, I don't feel like it. And sometimes they won't say, because they've been in church, they know things you're not supposed to say. So they have certain comments. They say, are you sure? Make sure you pray about it. Make sure you are sure about it. Sometimes God speaks in different ways. They have certain seeds that they plant in your heart. If you don't take care, you will never obey God. They will say, Bishop Nick always used to say, there are certain pastors who have certain wives. He said, when the pastor goes home, the wife will say certain things. When he comes next week, you see that his mind has changed. At a point, I could see that he was more afraid of the wives than the pastor. But when he talks to the pastor and the pastor goes home, the wife will say certain things. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Pray about it. Be very, very sure. Have you fasted? How long have you fasted? 21 days? At least 21 days. As for the ladies, as for the husbands, because they are the head of the house, it's a foolish Nabal. He won't go at all. And one of the top 5 seniazos is to be married to somebody who prevents you from doing what you would like to do. That one, there's top 5. Because I've seen one before. It's top 5. Because after you are married, you have children, you have this. None of those things will satisfy. In fact, you will soon be disappointed in them. You'll soon be disappointed. So now when you can't live, you can't do, you can't be free, you can't be like, no, do this, do this. And they want to fixate you to something they think you should do. Yeah, did you not say that you are a typist? Type here. Did you not say that you are this? Be that. Where are you taking this? You are in love with the pastor. One man began to jump in. You are in love with the pastor. You are in love with the pastor. He was jumping because he was going mad. Nabal. Nabalism. We call it Nabalism. Began to jump in the house. Of course. Because the wife really loves the Lord. And you, the husband, you don't love the Lord. Try to get somebody who has a similar interests, similar hearts, similar. Because you are going to serve the Lord. And start praying for it now. All of you ladies, your weddings are. If I am not at your wedding, take a nice picture. You are not going to marry Nabal. You are going to marry Peter, James, or John. Any of these guys. Take it 1. Take it 2. Take it 3. Take it 4. Your marriage, so help me God, will be sweet. Your discussions, so help me God, will be about God's work and the ministry. Instead of arguing about cars and you took my red car and holidays. I told her we should have family this, that. Forgive.
This message continues on the next track. Keep listening.